MD here with another character guide for Final Fantasy War of the Visions. Today, I'm going to be taking a closer look at the character of Kilphe, the tanky staff mage, and telling you why she's definitely worth some of your Visor. Let's go over some of the basic pros and cons of her character. On the plus side, you're going to see that she's Earth Element, meaning that she's going to be an excellent counter to all of those Orlandeaus out in the world, as well as any Frederickas that you might encounter. Also on the plus side is her versatility. You can build her as a healer, you can build her as a magic attacker, she's already really tanky in her statistics, and she's an anti-evade character, meaning a lot of her abilities are going to automatically hit. In terms of all of the different characters in the game, Kilphe's character is still one of the best characters, even on the Japan server. On the downside of Kilphe's character, you're going to see a lot of criticism out there that if you're going against any opposing Lucias who are wind element and have a great range, that Kilphe is basically going to be worthless. However, that is not exactly true at all. Let me show you how you can build Kilphe's character if you're worried about that specific Lucia that you might go up against. Obviously, you're gonna notice that she has a weakness to wind. However, if you also look at the attack type resistances that she already has a natural plus 15% resistance against missile attacks, which goes to counter out that weakness to wind already. But if you're really worried about any Lucias that you might face, one of the Espers that you might consider equipping to her in an anti-Lucia build is Ochu. You'll see on Ochu's ability tree that it has wind resistance up down at the bottom. It also has magic up percentage. Both of these things are going to be really effective for Kilphe's build. In the anti-Lucia build of Kilphe's character, you might also consider the vision card Cleansing of the Mind, which you're going to see is also going to give you some additional missile attack resistance up. So as you can see, there are definitely ways that you can build this character so that Lucia isn't just going to wipe her off of the battlefield. Now let me show you how I've built this character in a general sense instead of a specific anti-Lucia way. First, let's talk about her sub-ability. You're going to be able to choose between Staff Mage, Spellblade, and White Mage. My recommendation here is to stick with Staff Mage, although there are advantages to all of the different ways in which you can build this character. The reason I would stick with Staff Mage is that because two of Kilphe's best abilities are going to be Step and Magic and Stunning Staff, which you will have access to when using her Staff Mage sub-ability. However, if you don't have a healer in your unit roster like Ayaka, you may consider setting Kilphe up as your healer. In this case, you would then want to select White Mage and give her access to all the different Cure, Protect, Shell, Raise, Holy, all of those types of abilities. As far as Kilphe's sub-ability of Spellblade is concerned, if you're going to select that as her sub-ability, it's going to give you a lot of flexibility in terms of the negative statuses that you're going to be able to inflict upon enemies. But considering that Kilphe's sub-ability Staff Mage already has Stunning Staff, which is going to stun enemies anyway, this is why I think that Staff Mage is the best sub-ability that you can go with for her character. In terms of the support abilities that you're going to want to use in Kilphe's character, I've gone with Magic Up and Defense Up, considering that her attack is based on magic and she's pretty much a tank already, so you want to boost that defense as much as possible. The only other two supports available when building this character would be March of Saints, which nullifies Doom, which I feel is kind of worthless, and Providence of Lightning, which could have a use if you know you're going up against a team with Orlandeau in it or Fredericka. This, you might swap your defense up out for the lightning resistance that this can give you. In terms of Kilphe's reaction ability, I think you're best off going with Anti-Barrier, which is just going to give you a chance of taking reduced damage. The only other two reaction abilities that Kilphe has available would be Regenerator, which is okay, but I'd rather have the chance of not taking damage than gaining regen when I do take damage, and Magic Guard, which you're going to see is going to give you a chance of taking reduced magic attack damage specifically, and I suppose this might be useful if you know you're going up against a magic heavy team. In terms of what abilities you want to get with Kilphe's character, just know that this character is all about getting her to Energy Buster, which is going to deal large AoE damage based on her magic stat. In terms of early build though, you're going to want to look at Step in Magic, which is going to deal a large amount of damage to one target, and also Stunning Staff, which is moderate damage, but it also stuns the target. These are excellent abilities to have as you work your way down to Energy Buster. In terms of Kilphe's Trustmaster reward, the Staff Mage's Hairpin, it's okay. It's going to be a really good Trustmaster reward for any type of tank unit that you have for your team, because it's going to raise a unit's attack resistance for 3 turns. In terms of what equipment you're going to want to put on Kilphe's character, the Platinum Rod is probably the best and most available weapon that you can give to her. You're going to see that I've given her a Platinum Rod +3. Not only does it give a good boost to magic directly, you're going to see that it also boosts magic attack up. But if you don't have a Platinum Rod, basically find something that's going to give a boost to that magic attribute. In terms of what Esper that you're going to want to put on Kilphe's unit, Shiva's going to be the best one right now. As you're going to see, Shiva gives quite a good gain on the magic attribute, but when you go to her ability tree, you're also going to see several things that are going to benefit Kilphe's character specifically, like the magic up percentage, the magic attack up percentage, as well as the Wind Eater plus percentage that's going to help you defeat any Lucias if you get the first turn. On the Japan server, there's an Esper called Diablos that gives the best magic gain, so perhaps keep a lookout for that in the future as a possible replacement for Shiva on Kilphe's character. But if you don't have Shiva or the future Diablos, again, you might want to consider rolling with Ochu. There's a couple of vision cards that would be particularly useful to Kilphe's character. First, of course, is Trousseau. This is because of the massive magic gain that you're going to see, as well as the magic attack up. However, I actually prefer the vision card Envious Magician. You sacrifice 20 on the magic stat, but you're also going to have reduced casting time, which is going to be really important, and you still get a magic up percentage that's really, really significant. But you really can't go wrong with either of those 2 vision cards. But if you're brand new to the game and you don't have some of those vision cards, you might want to just go with something simplistic like the Dernvert Cathedral. It's not going to give a great magic gain, but you're going to see that it's going to give you some additional missile attack up, and that'll be okay to put on Kilphe's character until you can get one of the better vision cards. You also want to make sure that you go boost her faith attribute as much as you can so that she's dealing the maximum amount of damage. For more nerdy content, go check out my other channel, IMO. A link to that will be in the description of this video. Otherwise, we'll catch you next time.